Count on LEX 18 News.
Draft night in the NBA, and a local kid makes a little history. We've got a full recap of the night.
Plus, debate night for the presidential candidates. We've got a live report from Atlanta.
And are those flock cameras we've heard so much about actually doing the job in Lexington? We'll take an in-depth look at the numbers so far. A new half hour of LEX 18 News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning. It's Thursday, June 27th. I'm Michael Burke.
I'm Evelyn Schultz alongside meteorologist Tom Ackerman. I also want to let everyone know it is Evan Leake's birthday today. He'll be joining us later in the show. But
how old is he today?
20, I think.
He's not 20.
Just 20 years old.
19.
He might be close.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure how old he's turning, but
he's here in the building, so we can certainly find out. Yeah.
And if you see him today, wish him a happy birthday.
He's going to need a big cake, too, because he's a big, tall drink of water there. We've got rain that came through yesterday, and we've got sunshine on the way for later on today. And we've got a pretty good setup. You do want to watch out, though, for some fog. We've got overcast skies this morning. Those clouds will break later on this afternoon. But look at this. The fog is dense up around Covington. Zip. Up there, and 1 to a couple miles, depending on your location, it varies. So just watch out. You could run into some very low visibility while you're out and about trying to get to work this morning, school, whatever you're up to.
You're watching LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
Updated statistics are in showing exactly how flock license plate readers have helped the Lexington Police Department.
LEX 18's Rachel Richardson went inside the department's real-time intelligence center to get more from the experts who are using this technology.
283 stolen vehicles recovered, 305 warrants and
LEX 18 traffic tracker. As you head out the door, this is Georgetown Road at New Circle. So far in Lexington, we are crash and delay free.
What do we got, Tom?
Well, we've got sunshine and highs in the 80s today. Not too shabby.
All right. Enjoy it. You do the same. And we'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 4:30.
At Scripps News, reporting from the middle matters. Watch Scripps News on your favorite streaming app and on WLEX 67.3.
Good morning at 7:27 on Thursday morning. I'm Michael Burke. Here's what's making news at this hour. Police found a man and his wife dead near their home after a shooting in Pike County yesterday. Kentucky State Police say it happened on Kelly Mountain Road in Shelby Gap. They say they found the husband, 57-year-old Ricky Potter, and his wife, 51-year-old Sabrina Potter. Police believe Ricky died after shooting himself, and state police said they are not looking for any suspects at this time. A crash in Powell County sends multiple people to the hospital. It happened last night on College Avenue in Stanton. Officials say the crash involved a concrete truck and 2 other vehicles. Multiple injuries were reported. We're not sure how bad those injuries are at this point. The road was closed for hours as crews worked to clean up the wreck. Bluegrass Crime Stoppers have released its Crime of the Week. Lexington police need help finding 2 burglars. This video shows a man and woman removing items from a unit at a Lexington self-storage on South Broadway. The victim says the lock had been cut on that storage unit. Here's a closer look at the alleged burglar. If you have any information on this or any other crimes, you can submit an anonymous tip to Bluegrass Crime Stoppers, and that would make you eligible for a cash reward. A look now at the LEX 18 traffic tracker. This is a live look at Nicholsville Road and the inner loop of New Circle. Traffic picking up a bit this morning, as you might imagine, but we are crash and delay free across the city. Storm tracker meteorologist Tom Ackerman with a nice looking summer day after the rain.
Yeah, that rain yesterday has led to some fog formation this morning, though. Still have areas of dense fog in and around the bluegrass, northern Kentucky. Watch out for that. Beyond that, we're in pretty good shape. The last of the showers exiting southeastern counties overnight, and the temperature in the 60s with a north-northeasterly wind. That'll bring the humidity down a bit, and we'll be right around the mid-upper 80s, close to our normal high for this time of the year. Low 90s Friday. The heat and humidity rise as well as the shower and storm chance over the weekend, most likely late Saturday overnight into Sunday.
Count on LEX 18 News.
The first presidential debate of the 2024 election season showed what voters can expect from President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump if elected. We have a recap of the night. Plus, Plus, the people accused of killing a child with fentanyl poisoning were in court today. What happens now in their manslaughter case? And the engines are revving at Rupperita ahead of this weekend. We'll show you what to expect from the upcoming Monster Jam. LEX 18 News at noon starts right now. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael Burke. We start with some breaking news today. Congressman Thomas Massie of Kentucky's 4th District announced that his wife of 35 years has passed away. He made the announcement on Twitter, posting these pictures of their life together. Rhonda and Thomas were high school sweethearts. They had 4 children together. He says she was valedictorian, and they went to prom together. Rhonda earned a mechanical engineering degree from MIT, and he did not say how she passed. We have an update now on a case we've been following in Lexington since February of last year. According to police records, 4-year-old Brighton...
That doesn't last long. Crank the heat and humidity back up again. And if you're planning any 4th of July festivities, literally on the 4th, you'll have to watch out for possibility of some showers and storms that could complicate things.
All right, Tom, you have a good weekend. Thanks to all of you for joining us today for LEX 18 News at noon. LEX 18 News at 12:30 is next. And be sure to catch our evening edition special at 7 o'clock, live from Garrett County as we spotlight Lancaster.
It's Scripps News. Reporting from the middle matters. Watch Scripps News on your favorite streaming app and on WLEX 67.3. Count on LEX 18 News.
Good afternoon, I'm Evan Leake. Coming up, advocates are questioning a judge's verdict in a rape case. Our LEX 18 Investigates team shows you why this is the second time in a month the judge has been put under fire. Plus, find out how a Lexington program is looking to engage the Latino population. And the Madison County community is honoring the life of a longtime middle school coach. Why they say the loss will be felt by man. That and more is LEX 18 News at 12:30. Starts right now. Our Investigates team looks into comments made by a Fayette County Circuit judge at a recent sentencing. She's the same judge who was under fire by a victim's family after she threw out a jury's guilty verdict in a murder case less than a month ago. Our Elise Searcy has more in this LEX 18 Investigates.
He's matured a lot throughout this case, and I think he made a very mature decision to accept the consequences here.
That was sentencing day in May for...
You're watching LEX 18 News at 12:30.
I'm Rachel Richardson, and right now I'm here in Lexington, just outside of the Marksbury branch of the Lexington Public Libraries, where One Lexington is hosting a workshop to help this community get engaged with its Latino population. Facilitators here today hope that these participants learn the importance of learning other people's experiences and perspectives. Lexington's community
got me out there. I could see something. I could do it.
In Scott County, Caleb Barnes, LEX 18 News.
That does it for us today at 12:30. Our next newscast is set for 4 o'clock. We hope to see you there. Until then, enjoy your afternoon.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device. Count on LEX 18 News.
Good afternoon, I'm Drew Ammon with what's happening in Kentucky, including free and confidential HIV testing happening today during National HIV Testing Day. Plus, we break down what you should expect during the first presidential debate of the 2024 election, the first debate between former President Trump and President Biden in 4 years. And we head to Washington with details on the newly released rulings from the U.S. Supreme Court earlier today. LEX 18 News at 4 starts now.
I'm Michael Burke in Lexington, where several locations have been and will continue to be open throughout the day for National HIV Testing Day. The virus no longer carries the same stigma it did 35, 40 years ago, and it doesn't have to be nearly as debilitating as it once was. Treatment and medication to stop the spread have come a very long way. It's why still being vigilant with testing remains very important.
Count on LEX 18 News.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Drew Ammon. Coming up, meteorologist Emily McKinney joining us with a look at potentially severe weather hitting central Kentucky today. Plus, with just months until the presidential election, we look back into President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure bill and what has happened since the passing of the legislation. And in just hours, NBA dreams could come true for a few more Kentucky men's basketball players. Find out what you should expect to see tonight in the draft. LEX 18 News at 4 starts now with meteorologist Emily McKinney.
Yeah, that's right, Drew. We have a little bit of action outside, of course, for us. Now, we are dealing with some of these scattered showers. Some of these could be very heavy. Notice in Lexington, we're still not seeing anything right now. We had one little line that moved through a few hours ago, maybe around lunchtime or so. As you can see, there's still some more action back over to the west. But what we really want to focus on right now is a bit of action in eastern and southeastern Kentucky.
You're watching LEX 18 News at 4.
Like we said earlier, it's the first presidential debate of the 2024 election cycle, and experts say elections like this can impact a person's mental health, especially if there are prior problems. In your LEX 18 Health Watch, Mandy Gaither has ways to help ease election stress and anxiety.
It's Trump versus Biden again. And whether you're left, right, or in the middle, all sides are subject to concern for the future.
What I see in my daily practice is people
Police
worry.
say has an estimated street value of up to $10 million, more than double the previous largest bust. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Hey, thanks for watching. We're going to see you right back here in a half hour for LEX 18 News at 5.
It's Scripps News. Reporting from the middle matters. Watch Scripps News on your favorite streaming app and on WUPX 67.3. Count on LEX 18 News.
New tonight at 5. We're about a day away from Joe Biden and Donald Trump's first presidential debate in 4 years. But will the big event make a difference either way for Kentucky voters? Plus, several former Wildcats are hoping to hear their names called in this year's NBA draft. We'll have an update ahead of tonight's first round. And organizers have released much more about the basketball tournament in Lexington this summer. We'll show you when a whole team of former UK stars will hit the court in Rupp Arena. LEX 18 News at 5 starts now. Well, there was a line of winds and rain across the bluegrass last night, including these ominous storm clouds that kicked up some dust and cut a softball game short in Frankfort. Now, we're looking at something a little stronger tonight.
And it might bring some less humid weather to the bluegrass. Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck starts us off with your latest storm tracker forecast.
What you were seeing from that picture from last night was the gust front that came through. And we were talking about that yesterday evening, and it showed up vividly, not only on the radar displays, but also from our cameras that we have around. So again, you saw that the picture from yesterday in Frankfurt. So that was something. Now tonight we have a severe thunderstorm watch. Now it covers eastern Kentucky, southeastern Kentucky. Essentially, these are the counties controlled by the Jackson National Weather Service office.
You're watching LEX 18 News at 5.
The Supreme Court issued a pair of important rulings today, plus a slip-up noticed by followers online.
The court decided on social media censorship, anti-corruption laws, and accidentally posted an opinion on an Idaho abortion ban. The ruling suggested the court will rule that emergency abortion should be allowed there, but we won't know for sure until the final rulings are released soon. Karen Katha has a look at the two decisions officially released this morning.
It's Scripps News. Reporting from the middle matters. Watch Scripps News on your favorite streaming app and on WUPX 67.3. Count on LEX 18 News.
I'm Drew Ammon, and tonight at 5:30, we're staying weather aware this evening with a chance of severe weather. A look at the timing of the storms. A Lexington high school student, meanwhile, wins big at a national history competition. How his skills helped him win the top prize in the documentary category. And a Frankfurt woman helping people that are less fortunate through a taxi service. We take a ride with her in a positively LEX 18. LEX 18 News at 5:30 starts now. This evening is one to stay weather aware. Some storms are firing up out west. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck with more on the severity of these storms. Hey, Bill.
Hey there, Drew. Yeah, we've been watching a couple of different areas of thunderstorm development, some east, some west. The storm that had prompted the severe thunderstorm warning in eastern Kentucky has weakened below severe limits. And so now it's just a heavy, strong thunderstorm in the northern part of Floyd County at this point. May still be clipping a little bit of there in Magoffin County. But you see it's basically right over Prestonsburg at this point.
You're watching LEX 18 News at 5:30.
At least 2 people are dead after days of severe storms and catastrophic flooding in the upper Midwest, inundated homes and prompted evacuations. Multiple rivers are swollen to levels not seen in years, and receding waters in some areas present flooding risks for those downstream. Laura Aguirre bringing us more.
Raging floodwaters.
It's Scripps News. Reporting from the middle matters. Watch Scripps News on your favorite streaming app and on WUPX 67.3.
Coming up on LEX 18 News at 6. The Lexington Police Department says block license plate cameras are helping officers solve more crimes in the city.
That's not going to take the place of seeing police officers. You're still going to see us. It just allows us to get from point A to point B much quicker and put our detectives where they need to be to help solve crime within your specific community.
Coming up, we're going in depth on the system and looking to the future for the technology. Plus, why health leaders are sounding the alarm on syphilis.
That is over, like the state average. And so we are certainly doing as much testing as we can.
The message officials want you to hear to help stop the spread. LEX 18 News at 6 starts now. Good evening, I'm Megan Mannering.
And I'm Larry Smith. Several lines of strong storms are moving through Kentucky.
So let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck, who's tracking them live.
As we've done for the last couple of decades, how do we do that? With the MaxTrack Live Doppler. And we see it here. A couple of lines of storms. The one that had been severe, eastern Kentucky, that warning has been allowed to expire. That said, we've got a pretty decent storm. Not been warned for. Don't be surprised if something comes out for this. So this storm now running from Beattyville to Boonville, arc it back toward Island City and McKee, and eventually toward Anvil.
You're watching LEX 18 News at 6.
Getting outside and learning a lifelong skill is something that's beneficial to everyone. And today, a group of 25 children learned a fun but key skill, that is how to fish.
That's right. LEX 18's Molly Demrow takes a look into why this camp is special, especially for the owner. In this Positively LEX 18.
I'm Molly Demrow here in Lexington, and today we're learning how to fish. Camp Hero, Kentucky is hosting a fishing camp for kids in the community to learn how to fish, to gain lifelong skills that they wouldn't get otherwise. A former veteran, Rocco Bezignac.
Heading to which now just west of Lawrenceburg up through Frankfort. That continues on to the north. Those are all moving eastward. At this point, there are no severe warnings up. There's a severe thunderstorm watch in eastern Kentucky until 10. Day tomorrow, a lot less humid.
Okay, we'll take it. Thank you for watching. Nightly News with Lester Holt is next.
We'll see you at 7 o'clock for Evening Edition.
It's Scripps News. Reporting from the middle matters. Watch Scripps News on your favorite streaming app and on WUPX 67.3.
Coming up on Evening Edition.
You no longer have to accept medication for the rest of your life. You can make a choice to explore what this device can do.
A Mercer County Treatment Center has a new way to help those fighting addiction. A look at the tool they say could help addicts with withdrawals. Plus, tomorrow is the presidential debate. What experts say the candidates have to do to get those undecided voters on their side. And
we're running rye bourbon on the west side, and we're running rye whiskey on the east side.
Tonight on our Spotlight on Lancaster, we go to one of the largest distilleries in the state. Find out how Garrett County Distilling came to be. Evening Edition starts now. Good evening, I'm Megan Mannering.
And I'm Larry Smith. Glad you're with us. We begin tonight with weather as some strong to severe storms are in the area.
Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck with more on this weather-aware evening.
All right, thanks, guys. We are looking at showers and storms around. At the moment, no severe weather is ongoing. There is a severe thunderstorm watch that we'll look at in just a second. Strongest storms are in the southeast at the moment, but again, not severe. So these have some lightning, some thunder, winds maybe in the 30-mile-per-hour range at this point, extending from Jackson to south of Boonville.
You're watching LEX 18 News Evening Edition.
Our Spotlight series in Lancaster continues tonight as we head to Garrett County Distilling.
The largest all-new independent distillery in Kentucky produced its first barrel back on January 4th. As LEX 18's Drew Ammon reports, the idea comes from the founder of Atlanta-based Staghorn.
In Lancaster, every finishing touch on every barrel rolled out has special meaning to Ray Franklin.
We're blown away every day.
You're going to get rained on. Good night.
It's Scripps News. Reporting from the middle matters. Watch Scripps News on your favorite streaming app and on WUPX 67.3. From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight, presented by UK Healthcare.
Good evening, everyone. He's Eli Gain. I'm Maggie Davis. Welcome into BBN Tonight. This is our NBA Draft preview show.
And we are just minutes away from the start of the draft, where several former Wildcats are expected to hear their names called. So to get you ready, we are reviewing their Kentucky careers and bringing you the latest projections for where they may start this next phase of their basketball career.
Things can always change. A prediction is just that. It is a best guess, but these NBA reporters are plugged into what certain franchises are after in this draft. So the latest by ESPN is our Big Blue story, presented by CHI St. Joseph Health.
The worldwide leader has Reed Sheppard coming off the board 3rd overall. If that's the case, he'll be heading to Houston to join the Rockets. A few other outlets are playing with the idea of Reed as the 4th overall pick to the Spurs, but really no one thinks that he's going to drop below that.
Well, Rob Dillingham's projections are a little more scattered depending on where you look, but ESPN has him as the 10th overall pick, going to the Utah Jazz, while they have Justin Edwards slipping into the 2nd round, which means he would have to wait until tomorrow night. ESPN is projecting Edwards at 41 to his hometown, Philadelphia 76ers.
Count on LEX 18 News.
With the 3rd pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Houston Rockets select Reed Sheppard from the University of Kentucky.
2 former Wildcats are top 10 NBA draft picks. Coming up, details on where they're headed to start their pro careers. Plus, Reed Sheppard's family and friends cheering him on from Laurel County. And we were there when the pick was made. LEX 18 News at 11 starts now. Well, the 2024 NBA Draft getting underway tonight in New York, and 2 former Kentucky Wildcats hearing their names called in the 1st round. We are your official UK station, and LEX 18's Eli Gain is here now to begin our team coverage tonight. Eli.
Yeah, thanks, Larry. Dreams.
You're watching LEX 18 News at 11.
The highly anticipated first presidential debate of 2024 is now just a day away. Now, while we know the 2 candidates will face questions on key issues like the economy, immigration, and abortion rights, we also know they'll face a new set of debate rules. Julia Benbrook is in Atlanta and explains how this debate will be different.
Well, first of all, this debate is happening months earlier than those in the past. Televised presidential debates between general election candidates have always started in September or early October since the first one in 1960. The venue is also a change. In recent years, these debates have taken place on college campuses. This year, they'll be inside CNN studios here in Atlanta. President Joe Biden.
Rain will be ending across the south and southeast over the next couple of hours. Your day tomorrow will improve as it goes on. Temperatures upper 60s by the time we get you at 8 a.m., close to 80 as we head to noon. Upper 80s later in the day. The big story tomorrow, in addition to the sunshine, is going to be the lower humidity and a much more comfortable day So even at this late hour, things are looking up for us as we head through time.
Well, at 69 is almost chilly compared to what it has been lately.
Yeah, it's a seasonably mild morning.
Wow. Reed Shepherd, very nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, congrats to the Shepherd family.
Sure.
Rob Dillingham as well. Tonight Show's next. Have a good night.
It's Scripps News. Reporting from the middle matters. Watch Scripps News on your favorite streaming app and on WUPX 67.3.